Hello again. This is my fourth entry into my ITL 604 Cultural Basket assignment. For this entry, I will be covering family. Family and how it is tied into my identity. So, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I am of Cuban and Mexican descent. I was born and raised in Southern California, and I'm actually from a very large family. I am the eldest of 8 of my parents' children. All of us are from the same mom and dad. I have almost all of my siblings are also in their 20s. I'm 28. I have my other siblings that are 27, 25, 23, 22, uh, 18, 14, and I hope I didn't leave anyone out. I probably did, but I have 8 siblings altogether, and family has always been a very important aspect of my life. Coming from a Latin background, it's funny because I'm, as I said, I was born in Southern California. I also identify as an American, as much as I do a Cuban American, Mexican American, and as you saw in my previous entries, to some extent I identify as Arab American as well. But definitely American, and in the United States there is, at least in the dominant group, um, this notion of individualism, which I, to a certain extent, embody. I have a very complicated um, perspective that I've come to love because I've been able to incorporate Western individualism with my collective um, family's collective nature. So there's this very interesting blend of being independent, but also feeling very connected to a family unit. Holidays in my family are always very. It's a great time, especially since a lot of us have moved out. I have 3 siblings that live with my mother still, but the rest of us, I live in the Ontario Montclair area. I have a sister that lives in Rialto, 3 brothers that live in El Paso, and my other 3 sisters that live in Victorville. So there's a very, like, we're a close knit family. If someone is sick or if there's cause for concern, we all band together. I've had some health related issues in the past, and family will fly out. My brothers will fly out from Texas and be um, at home within the following day. So we're very a tight knit group. I um, I would consider myself a very family oriented person as much as I can be, while still being having a individualistic worldview as well. So it's something that's really complicated to explain. It's not as something as clearly defined as food or as language, but being a part of a very loving and close group has really shaped who I am as a person, and that is why it's a part of this cultural basket assignment. Um, and to go a little bit into I, what I think the purpose of this cultural basket assignment is trying to get us to is to understand our own biases and perspectives, and as someone that comes from a large family, oftentimes are a family that is so very, very close, and that has such not an overbearing presence, but a definite presence in one another's um, not affairs, but in our I guess just lives. We have a presence in each other's lives. It often strikes me strange when, especially at my job, I work with um, elementary school students. When parents that have the opportunity to take a more active role in in their students' education, find it difficult. My mother educated all of us. I was homeschooled, so going into a very close family, she wanted to make sure that we had, her and my father wanted to make sure we had a set of moral principles as well as my health, but moral. I didn't. My family didn't want us to get sick going to public school, but as far as moral principles are what they wanted us to learn, they took the time to have a place in our education. So that my perspective on family does have some bearing on potential bias or biases that I, upon reflecting, can do a better job at um, having more understanding moving forward. So yes, that was my fourth installment, fourth artifact, family. Thank you.